Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, I want to touch on this issue that's coming from New York. It's a pressing matter. You know, you might think South Africa is the only one going through this problem of people being homeless, staying on the street, and all the disasters that we see happening. New York is going through a lot. The situation in New York is heartbreaking. Night after night, more than they say about 110,000 people seek refuge in the city's shelter system. And that staggering number doesn't even include the thousands who brave the cold and the unforgiving streets. It's that bad. And as if that's not enough, there is a new player in this tragic drama, Asylum Seekers. They are a lot. They now make up more than half of the already overburdened and sheltered population. It's like they're just adding fire. They're just adding petrol or fuel on the fire. This guy, Juan de la Cruz from the Coalition of the Homeless, he said he sees the impact firsthand. He speaks about a church, the Bartholomew Church, where they provide refuge. He says back in the days, they used to accommodate about 250 to about 275 people regularly. But now, with the influx of newcomers, that number is skyrocketed to over 400. Imagine that. That's like trying to feed an elephant in a phone booth. But it's not just the statistics that we're talking about here. It's the stories of people like Sherry. Sherry is homeless. This woman is in the New York. She's been waiting for a chance to escape the vicious cycle. Expressing her frustrations on Twitter, she says, I have to wait and go through all these channels, and they are picking up busloads of people from other places and giving them space here. Why can't I be the first person? Why can't I take the first opportunity? It's a question that echoes through the streets. People are homeless. They don't know when it will be their turn to be accommodated. Now let's talk about the decades-old consent decree that mandates the New York State to provide shelter for the homeless. It's become a battleground, guys, between the city and the state. The mayor says he acknowledges the city's struggles, and he says, I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. With the mayor of the state, Eric Adams, saying, now we're getting people from all over the globe. All over the world, people are flocking to the United States, to New York specifically. It's almost like New York is becoming a global shelter hub.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem.
Everyone is putting a blame on New York. Something has to be done. Like Adam says, he calls for more support. There need to get more support, including pathways to work authorization for these asylum seekers that are flocking to the United States. Another guy called Jeffrey Newman is the founder of Backpacks for the Street. He points out the glaring gaps that are in the system since there is no infrastructure here to allow people to figure out how they move through that process.
And I think that we don't have, there's no infrastructure here to allow people to figure out how they move through that process and what that process is. And the same thing for the people who are homeless already and existing here. There is no sort of, it's a broken system.
It's like trying to navigate a maze with no map at all. This professor at the City University of New York, he offers a Gilemma of Hope. He also says, I think that the crisis around asylum seekers will pass. But he then tells them that the chronic issue of homelessness isn't going away anytime soon in a city that's becoming less and less affordable.
I think that the crisis around asylum seekers will pass. And of course, there are federal responses that need to be made, and I don't think this is going to stay on like this. But the issue of chronic homelessness among single adults and families will continue in New York City as it continues to become less and less affordable.
It's a stark reality that we all need to confront. Yeah, there you have it, friends. A sobering look at the ongoing struggle. It's not just in South Africa, it's a global problem that's gripping the heart of New York City. Let's hope that with collective effort, maybe, and with empathy, we can work toward a brighter future for all those in need, which is. But if you have any thoughts or solutions to share, please share them in the comments below. Let's start a conversation that could make, maybe, could make a difference.